This podcast contains murder and mayhem, guts and gore, adult language, and sexual content. Exactly what you came here for. All the listener discretion is advised. Welcome. I am your mistress of the macabre, Sarah Tierra. Grab your Ouija board, light the candles, and grab your jar of human teeth because you and I are going to escape for a bit. Pour yourself a cocktail, pull the window shades closed, and find a cool, dark, quiet place. Because right now we delve into the macabre. Happy Halloween, my little witches! We are finally back. Today we are going to explore some spells and magic of yesteryear to celebrate autumn and Halloween and everything delightfully demonic. I love this time of year. I know. I bet you're shocked. It really does evoke the magic and whimsy of when I was a little kid. I still have that in my dark black shriveled heart. I love apple cinnamon and pumpkin spice everything. My decorations are put up on September 1st. I love that it gets dark early and that it's usually not 100 degrees in Los Angeles. I love the seasonal Trader Joe's items. I love making soup. I love being cozy at home, being able to wear a sweater for a few days out of the year. I love cooking when it's cold out or dark out. It's just the best. Also, it rained here a couple days ago, which is just the icing on the poisoned cake. It was the best day ever. So yeah, I'm excited to be doing Halloween things with you guys, and here we go. First and foremost, before we get into the olden-timey things, did you know that a lot of little rituals that we all do on a regular basis are actually rooted in witchcraft? Yes, that's right. Even you, Christian Karen, are practicing witchcraft daily without being any the wiser. You know the current trend of hanging eucalyptus in your shower? That's witchcraft. Cooking with herbs? Witchcraft. Blowing out your birthday candles and making a wish? That is actually witchcraft. Do you knock on wood? That tradition came from knocking on trees to appease the fairies. Have you ever wished upon a falling star? Yes, also rooted in witchcraft. Also, when you take an eyelash that fell onto your cheek and you make a wish as you blow it away? Or same thing when you pick a puffy dandelion and make a wish as you blow the seeds away? Paganism. Or when you were a little kid and you would say, he loves me not, as you plucked the petals out of a flower? Also, do you take aspirin? Witches discovered aspirin, originally as willow bark tea. Are you Catholic? 'Cause that shit is fucking pagan as fuck. Taking communion and consuming the body and blood of Christ is rooted in blood rituals. Also, the burning of the incense, definitely pagan. Same with holy water and burning candles during services in church. All of that rooted in paganism. The rosary, pagan as fuck. Even the Holy Trinity, that is based on witchcraft and paganism. So is literally every single holiday. They were reworked or stolen from paganism, with some Jesus sprinkled on top. Also, basically everything about weddings is also witchcraft based. Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Sound familiar? Absolutely witchcraft. Same with the throwing of the bouquet. I just think this is interesting and wanted to remind you that magic is all around you. It comes in many different shapes and forms. And I'm not talking about magic with the CK. All right, I'm just talking about little magical moments in life and the little rituals we do on a daily basis that connect all of us together. And of course, if you're wondering why is everything rooted in paganism, it's because it's quite literally the oldest religion. Paganism is thousands of years older than Christianity, predating it by millennia. Early forms of paganism can be traced back to prehistoric times. The earliest religious expressions, such as nature-based rites, burial ceremonies, and dances, emerged in prehistoric agricultural societies during the Neolithic era, beginning around 10,000 BCE. Christianity came around at the 1st century CE. Same goes for Islam, and Judaism's origins are generally traced to around 3,500 to 4,000 years ago. And when basing new systems of beliefs on something, humans tend to draw from things they already know, things that are familiar. They don't reinvent the wheel, they just change the shape of it a little bit, right? And that inspiration source, of course, is paganism because it's been around literally as long as humans have been. Every different culture and every different religion have their own set of superstitions, beliefs, and their own origins. And it's really interesting to me that a lot of them have so much in common. If you were to make a crazy person thing on the wall like they do in detective shows, and you trace everything with little pins and red string between all the religions, it would just be a mishmash because things are repeated, things are slightly changed, everything is very connected, right? Even if it seems like we believe something entirely different than a different part of the world or a different religion, there's a lot of similarities there. And the same goes with this episode when I was researching it. Like, a lot of the spells and incantations that are witchcraft are actually prayers to Jesus Christ. So there's a lot of Christianity running through, as well as other religions, and other ideas. But I just found that interesting. Spells and hexes span literally every corner of the globe, and every A, religion, and B, culture also have their own. It's so interesting to look into the theology of different religions and then connect those threads through time and space. So a lot of spells are simply incantations, basically setting an intention and saying a specific thing out loud. I will be talking about some of them, but I'm really here for the ones that are like Eye of a Newt, Blood of a Bat, etc. You know the ones. And hey, maybe these spells really do work, we just don't know because we don't have ready access to those kinds of materials anymore. There are many, many different kinds of witchcraft. Depending on the area of the world, it varies. There's also New Age witchcraft. There's botanical, moon, candle, and seasonal witchcraft. We are not covering those today. We're not talking about any modern witchcraft today. These are specifically olden-timey examples of spells from different regions of the world. And since I just mentioned Eye of Newt, I have a fun fact for y'all. The popular image of spells using Eye of Newt and Blood of Bat comes primarily from fiction, most famously William Shakespeare's play Macbeth. The bizarre, gruesome-sounding ingredients were theatrical devices meant to shock audiences and suggest wickedness. In reality, such ingredients were most likely coded references to plants and other natural substances used in folk magic. The phrase Eye of Newt is famously associated with the eerie spell-casting scene in Macbeth, one of Shakespeare's most celebrated tragedies. Written in 1606, the play features three witches chanting an incantation as they prepare a bubbling potion filled with mysterious ingredients. The witches scene in Shakespeare's Macbeth describes a concoction that consists of eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat, and tongue of dog. Luckily, these terms refer to plants, not actual animal parts. Eye of newt is a pseudonym for mustard seed. This vivid imagery has enchanted audiences for centuries, blending the grotesque with the poetic. By using cryptic names like Eye of Newt, Shakespeare tapped into a tradition of coded language used by herbalists and healers. These terms not only protected their knowledge, but also added an element of mysticism to their practices, captivating imaginations both then and now. In the medieval and early modern periods, herbal knowledge was both valuable and dangerous. Healers, midwives, and herbalists, many of whom were accused of witchcraft, guarded their remedies to maintain their livelihoods and avoid persecution. Using mysterious names like Toe of Frog or Eye of Newt served two purposes. The names they used often described the plant's appearance, shape, or usage. For example, eye typically referred to seeds or round blossoms, toe symbolized leaves, and hair described stringy herbs or dried plant material. For example, scholars of historical herbalism and folklore have determined that the coded ingredients in Shakespeare's play actually refer to common herbs and flora. Eye of Newt is mustard seed, toe of frog is buttercup leaves, wool of bat is holly or moss, and tongue of dog is the plant hound's tongue. While historical spells did not typically use fantastical animal parts, they still involved a wide range of organic and mineral ingredients. Recipes from old grimoires or spellbooks show that magical concoctions were often made from potent or symbolically meaningful substances. Historical occult grimoires, like the Petit Albert or the medieval Clavicule of Solomon, contained recipes for complex rituals. These often required hard-to-acquire materials to prepare, such as virgin parchment, new parchment that had never been written on, bat's blood, used as ink for writing magical spells or talismans, a quill from a specific goose, a quill taken from the right wing of a male goose, for example. European folk traditions often incorporated both harmless and dangerous plants, with their perceived power amplified by ritual. The mandrake root. This plant was famed for its psychoactive properties and for a legend claiming that it shrieked when pulled from the ground. Witches allegedly used it for sleeping potions, although it could be lethally poisonous in larger doses. Mandrake root will forever make me think of Pan's Labyrinth. I love that movie. Deadly nightshade, or belladonna, another hallucinogenic and toxic plant used by witches in medieval Europe. Blackthorn. In British and Irish folk tradition, the wood of this plant, often found in hedgerows, was associated with curses and dark magic. Poppy seeds. While mild today, poppy seeds, particularly the black ones, were used in black magic for spells of strife and confusion. Also used back then and now are personal items. A common ingredient in curse spells was for a personal item belonging to the target, such as hair, nail clippings, or a piece of their clothing. This practice was based on sympathetic magic, a belief that an object maintains a magical link to its owner. I mean, we are still doing that today with burn books, or like you go through a breakup and you get his hoodie and his old vape and you burn it in the backyard. We're still doing that shit. It's the same thing. Far older traditions used ingredients that reflected their own culture's spiritual beliefs. One example is Greek magical papyri. This collection of spells from late antiquity includes rituals requiring materials such as fat from a spotted goat and offerings to specific gods. Ancient Greek love spells, or philtre, comes from the Greek word for potion. Philtre included ingredients such as herbs and sometimes toxic substances like Spanish fly. We know Spanish fly from the Snook Hicks Affair episode. That was a weird one. Anyways, the Ebers Papyrus, copyright 1550 BCE, includes recipes for various remedies that blend medical knowledge with magical ritual. Before the advent of modern science and medicine, many potions and spells were originally published alongside such practical information as how to prevent an ear infection with alcohol, how to know what the weather will be based on the wind and clouds, or how to keep insects away from livestock with vinegar. At the time, all of it was magic. Now we know that alcohol kills the bacteria that cause ear infections. We can reliably predict the weather within a few degrees. And the acid in vinegar is one of the major components of commercial pesticides. Is it so strange to believe that the accompanying remedies to grow hair, keep fire away, or even regain a lost love might also be based on provable science that we just haven't discovered yet? In this age, what are our remedies for questions that have no answers? Even if you don't believe it's possible to curse an enemy using a mirror, are you not curious to what a magician would recite at the moment of danger? If a witch has found a mystical avenue to commune with animals, don't you want to know what she does to harness this power? This episode is for both believers and non-believers. I'm not saying any of these spells work. I'm also not going to say that they don't because I haven't tried them. I'm not here to preach religion to you or judge whatever you believe in. We are simply here to discuss these fun as fuck spells, have a good fucking time, and get to put on our theology and anthropology hats. But put them on backwards. You know what I mean? Because, we're not that serious. We are going to cover spells that are extremely difficult to reproduce today, and this episode does not in any way represent witchcraft in modern times. Okay? Jesus Christ. All of that being said, let's have some fucking fun now. First off, we are going to cover some olden-timey basics. Let's say it is the way pasty times and you're like, listen, I got someone I want to curse. Where do I even begin? First of all, mad props. You're brave and you will be burned at the stake. Secondly, belief is where you start, okay? It is the heart of the effectiveness of witchcraft and magic in general. Its power can only match one's convictions. As Charles Godfrey Leland, a pioneering researcher into the art of witchcraft, said about revenge spells, quote, "The success of such charms depends chiefly on the seriousness or earnestness in which they are pronounced. When the witch utters them for herself or for another, she does it with an air of terrible vindictiveness, such as would cause anyone to shudder." Oh, it's like me at the McDonald's drive-thru. I'm just kidding. I can't drive. And also, I would never be terrible to any sort of restaurant worker. The same goes for white witchcraft, good witchcraft as well. Much like meditation, manifesting, and even Hinduism, you have to believe. End quote. Because of this, it has been believed best to try to memorize any words before reciting them so that they can be said with the utmost credence. Also, anyone else who's participating in this spell or spells must also believe in the power of the words that they are saying. No haters allowed. Next, you want to make a circle. It has always been a part of any ritual to make a witch's circle, with chalk, paint, salt, or even furniture placed in a circle to indicate the bounds. The circle should be drawn before every ceremony. There are actually 3 circles, okay? Listen, this gets real specific. We're not going to do that. It's 3 circles. Make 3 fucking circles. Boom. There you go. Next, you put a wand or a knife in the center and trace the circumference of the circle with rope, always leaving a door open towards the north. All 3 circles must be one inside the other, with the names of power written in each one. I think that's like whatever names you want. Not like Sam next door, like names of demons or whatever. Then you do some stuff with some salt and some water and some candles, and you say a bunch of shit, and then you're ready to go. Let's talk instruments. The magic wand itself. She's a classic. To make a magic wand, go in search of a rod of wild hazel which has never borne fruit. Its length should be 19.5 inches. Very specific. She knows what she wants. When you have met with a wand of the required form, touch it not otherwise than with your eyes. Let it stay till the next morning, when must you cut it absolutely at the moment when the sun rises, using an enchanted knife if possible. Where can I get one of those? Not real sure. Strip it of its leaves and lesser branches. While cutting, pronounce the following words. I beseech thee, O grand Adonai, Elohim, Ariel, Jehovim, to be propitious unto me, and to endow this wand which I am cutting with the power and virtue of the rods of Jacob, of Moses, and of the mighty Joshua. I also beseech thee, O grand Adonai, Elohim, Ariel, Jehovim, to infuse into this rod the whole strength of Samson, the righteous wrath of Emmanuel, and the thunders of mighty Zarianatmik, who will avenge the names of men on the day of judgment. Amen. Literally, it says amen. I didn't just say that. Having pronounced these sublime and terrific words, and still keeping your eyes turned toward the region of the rising sun, you may finish cutting your rod. Before you use the rod, carve a cross where it is held, and inscribe on 4 different sides of its shaft, Adonai, Elohim, Ariel, Jehovim. And thus it will be prepared for sacred and wonderful works. Those are some examples of the names you would also write in the circle that I didn't know what they were. Like shit like that. Do I know who Adonai, Elohim, Ariel, and Jehovah are? No, I fucking don't. But you know what I mean. Just one of those. It'll be fine. Also, gotta say, that's a commitment. That's a lot of work to make a magic wand. I'm not saying it's not worth it. But if I did all of that and it was still just a twig, I think I'd be a little pissed off. So it's a coin flip, you know? Next, we have the smudge stick. A smudge stick is a bundle of herbs. You know, we all have saged our house, okay? You know what a smudge stick is, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. It's herbs that have been dried and affixed to a stick or staff. That is a fucking cool idea. I want a smudge staff. Oh my God. That wouldn't be weird. Well, no one would know that I'm over here just in my house with a giant staff with a fucking smudge on top of it, having the time of my life. That sounds fun. Okay. And then, as you know, you set it aflame, and it's used to heighten the efficacy of spells and chants. It may also be used to fumigate objects and rooms in order to clear their energy and past and prepare them for magical use. Next is the bowline knife. A bowline knife is a white-handled knife used to make the circle and inscribe candles and other magical items. The bowline must be forged on the day and in the hour of Jupiter, using a small piece of unused steel. Set it thrice in the fire and extinguish it in the blood of a mole mixed with the juice of the pimpernel. Let this be done when the moon is in her full light and course. On the same day and in the hour of Jupiter, fit a horn handle to the steel, shaping it with a new sword, forged thrice as above in the fire. When made and perfected, or purchased from one who has done so, I love that they throw that in. Or just go buy one because that's way better. Recite over it this. I conjure thee, O form of this instrument, by the authority of God the Father Almighty, by the virtue of heaven and the stars, by the virtue of the angels, by that of the elements, by that of stones and herbs, and in like manner by the virtue of snowstorms, thunder, and winds, that thou receive all power unto the performance of those things in the perfection of which we are concerned. The whole without trickery, falsehood, or deception, by the command of God, creator of the ages, and emperor of the angels. Amen. Then place it in a new wrapper of red silk until ready for use. Next, you're going to want to have a pen and ink. And no, a Bic will not fucking cut it, okay? The instruments one uses to complete spells are of the utmost importance. If possible, craft a quill thusly. Pluck the third feather from the right wing of a male goose and say, extracting it, Arbarche, Eraton, Sematoi, Scaver, Adonai. Expel all evil from this feather so that it may possess full power to write whatsoever I will. Then shape it with a bowline knife. Lastly, take a new inkhorn made on the day and hour of Venus, and then you're going to write all these weird names on it. I'm not going to say them all. And then you're going to say, I exorcise thee, creature of the feather kind, by Eraton, by Samatoi, and by the name Adonai. Do thou aid me in all my works. Next up, you're going to want to make a doll baby. To make a doll baby, fill a small cloth sack with herbs and flowers, as well as any personal objects from its original likeness, and use twine to fashion a head, arms, and legs. Once the doll baby is created, baptize it in whiskey. Love that for her. Saying, by the gods good and bad, I baptize thee, name of victim. From this point forth, use the name of the doll baby every time you address it. Every action you perform on it will be reflected in your target. To bind your enemy, tie the doll's hands. To bind your enemy to another person, tie it to another doll. For love spells, pierce its heart. For menace, pierce its genitals. Pin the doll down entirely to keep its likeness away from you entirely. I have been meaning to make one of these, and I would do the last thing, that is to keep its likeness the fuck away from me. Def gonna do that. Wish box. A wish box is a magical object that helps wishes come true. You can obtain your wish box from a sorcerer, carve one out of wood, or even fold one out of paper. I would like to obtain mine from a sorcerer, please. Inscribe wishes, goals, and desires on separate sheets of paper. Fold the paper as many times as possible and place in the box. Meditate. Silken cloth. When all the instruments have been completed, they must be gathered into a costly cloth of silk. Not that cheap shit, okay? The real deal. Whereby they may be preserved clean and pure and may thus be more effective. By the way, it cannot be black or brown, but literally any other color is fine. The following characters must be written upon it in pigeon's blood with a male goose quill. Adonai, Amastius, Enratron, Kosobos, Elohim. Place all magical instruments in this silken cloth and repeat. So shall I use thee at will and shall learn their effect. Aw, That's very humble. It's like, I'm learning still, but we're going to learn this together. Okay, so now we're going to get into the spells and charms themselves. To prevent injuries, ancient indigenous Americans charm. Whoever carries the right eye of a wolf fastened inside his right sleeve remains free from all injuries. Would try, except I love wolves too much, so I guess I wouldn't try. Ethically sourced eye? Maybe. For safekeeping against the wicked. Gaelic spell. To keep thyself safe against the wicked, recite. The wicked who would do me harm, may he take the throat disease. Globularly, spirally, circularly, flexy, pellety, horny, grim. Be it harder than the stone, be it blacker than the coal, be it swifter than the duck, be it heavier than the lead. Be it fiercer, sharper, harsher, more malignant than the hard, wound-quivering holly, be it sourer than the stained, lustrous, bitter salt. What? It says, okay. Bitter salt, question mark, 7 times, oscillating thither, undulating hither, staggering downwards, floundering upwards, driveling outwards, sniveling inwards, oft hurrying out, seldom coming in. A wisp the portion of each hand, a foot in the base of each pillar, a leg the prop of each jamb, a flux driving and dragging him. The dysentery of blood from the heart, from form, from bones, from the liver, from the lobe, from the lungs, and a searching of veins, of throat, and of kidneys to my condemners and traducers. In the name of the God of might, who warded me from every evil, and who shielded me in strength from the net of my breakers and destroyers. Did you memorize all that? Good, because you're going to have to recite it from memory, so I'm glad you were paying attention. To prevent your home from catching a flame, Romani potion. To enchant a house that it is protected from all dangers of fire, although the flames may surround it, take in the evening or in the morning a black hen from its nest, cut its throat, that escalated quickly, and throw it upon the ground, rude. Cut the stomach of the hen from out of the body, but nothing else, and be careful to leave everything else inside. After this, obtain a piece of gold quartz. The piece must be large as a saucer. These two articles, wrap them up together. Wait, the stomach? The stomach in the quartz? Yeah, yep, sure is. Okay. Take an egg laid on Maundy Thursday. Wrap the 3 pieces thus obtained in beeswax and put all in an octagonal pot of clay. Cover the same tightly and bury it under the door sill of the house. To cure sickness. Ancient indigenous Americans ritual. This remedy is to applied when anyone is sick and has effected many a cure where doctors could not help. Let the sick person, without having conversed with anyone, put water in a bottle before sunrise, close it tightly, and put it immediately in some box or chest. Lock it and stop up the keyhole. The key must be carried in one of the pockets for 3 days, as nobody dare have it except the person who puts the bottle with water in the chest or box. Sickness will improve. To improve memory. American Magician's Potion. When a person has a weak head and is often absent-minded, take hold of an ant's hill. How does one do that? Then put it on a bag and boil the same for 6 hours in a kettle of water. I have questions. Draw this water upon bottles and distill it in the sun. With such water, wash the weak and dull head. If the disease is very bad, bathe the patient in this water. So not just the head, the whole body gets an ant water bath. That's it. That's the whole thing. To ward off insomnia, Romani charm. To facilitate healthy sleep, procure 2 rabbit ears. Place them under the pillow of the person who cannot sleep without their knowledge. To cast off styes. When you get a sty in your eye, those. Ancient Macedonian charm. A small wart, which sometimes appears on the lower eyelid and which, from its shape, is known as a little grain of barley, is cured if someone bearing a rare name barks at it like a dog. I would love to try this. I don't have a sty, I don't get them, but if you have a sty and you want me to bark at you, oh, I don't have a rare name. Fuck. I'm out. Damn it. Oh, there goes that dream. Well, if you have a rare name, please, please, please try this and let me know if it works. To improve hearing, Romani charm. Take the oil with which the bells of churches are greased and smear it behind the afflicted ears, and relief will not fail to come at once for those who could not formerly hear the bells. To banish pimples, ancient Macedonian charm. I mean, I feel like we could all use this at some point in time, right? So we're all going to be trying this one. I actually don't get pimples. Sorry. Humble brag. If I get one, oh my God, I get so excited to pop it. I do have the professional tools. I don't use my hands. Was an esthetician in another life, but then was like, ew, I have to touch people that are alive. Anyways, I digress so hard. Fuck. Okay. To banish pimples, which most of us, will need to do. So all of you get your little notepad out or your iPhone, obviously, and take notes. Okay. And this is an ancient Macedonian charm. If thou wish to banish marks of the face, go before sunrise to a lonely spot where there is quince tree, and standing naked beneath its bough, pronounce 3 times the following, whether thou art man or woman. I want a man and I want him at once. That's what you have to yell. Then pick up your clothes and walk 40 paces without looking back. Don't even think about it. Having reached that point, stop and dress. This must be done 3 days in succession. First of all, I mean, I would rather take the embarrassment of a pimple than being caught naked beneath a quince tree screaming, I want a man and I want him at once. First of all, nothing on God's green earth can make me say those words besides this podcast. Like, no fucking way. Also, imagine someone comes upon you and you're like, but it's because of this pimple. They're going to be like, what? And you have to do it 3 times? Not even once. Once you're not going to get caught if you live somewhere even a little remote. Definitely not Los Angeles. You'll get caught. But 3 times? Honey, come on. Someone's going to walk in on that situation. I'd rather just walk around with the pimple, but I mean, to each their own. And it does say a mark of the face. What if it's a really big mark and it's heinous? Then it'd be worth it. To drive away warts, Romani spell. Speak over warts this. Vanish in flaming ether, salamander. I really don't know what's coming. I didn't know that's what it was going to say, and it really got me. That I'm just going to yell that at people I don't like, and hopefully they'll get the fucking idea and leave me alone forever. Vanish in flaming ether, salamander. That is amazing. I'm going to get that tattooed across my fucking forehead. Okay. Flow together, step forward, and finish thus. In the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. This must be repeated 3 times, and each time, while pronouncing the 3 holiest names, blow over the warts. And in a very few weeks, they will vanish so that none will know whence they have gone to. Also funny. They're just like, where could they have gone? Where did they go to? There's no way to know. Because it's magic. Duh. To get rid of swollen glands. Oh, this feels personal right now in my life. Okay. Ancient Macedonian charm. To rid oneself of swollen glands, write any passage from a religious work like the Bible on your cheek or neck. Or wet torn out pages and place them on the ailment. For drunkenness. Enjoy. That's it. That's all it says. Just kidding. For drunkenness. Gaelic charm. The eggs of an owl or stork put into the cup of a drunkard will cause a loathing of liquor and cure the habit of drinking. This one makes sense in a modern standpoint. If you sneak a stork egg that's fucking gigantic, if you mix that in to a cocktail of someone who's a drunk and you're like, here, drink this. That would be so fucking disgusting and horrifying and would probably make them throw up and then maybe make them not want to drink. So this one, I mean, 10 out of 10, that tracks. I get it. But also, yig. To treat one who is bitten by a snake. Cherokee Shaman's Charm. To treat one who has been bitten by a snake, rub tobacco juice on the bite for some time. Or if there be no tobacco, just rub saliva. In rubbing it on, one must go around 4 times. Go around toward the left and blow 4 times in a circle. This is because in lying down, the snake always coils to the right. Pronounce, listen, ha. It is only a common frog that has passed by and put the poison in you. So I started reading it and then I listened. Just say that, how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Say that 5 times and you'll be good to go. This one, I do wonder about the science of it. If there's a compound in tobacco smoke or in tobacco that actually might counteract some of the effects of snake venom. Not impossible. Definitely curious. I could look it up right now, but I'm not going to. We're going to keep going. But it's probably just saying, listen, ha. It's only a common frog that passed by and put the poison in you. That's probably the thing that works. To ease rheumatism, a Cherokee shaman's ritual. To ease rheumatism, place hands on the body of the afflicted and recite. You, O red woman, you have caused it. You have put the intruder under him. Ha! Now you have come from the sunland. You have brought the small red seats with your feet resting upon them. Ha! Now they have swiftly moved away from you. Relief is accomplished. Let it not be for one night alone. Let the relief come at once. Now, note this. If treating a man, one must say red woman. And if you are treating a woman, one must say red man. Remove the hands and blow once, then replace the hands and recite 3 more times. After the final recitation, blow 4 more times. Are we just blowing air? Probably not. I think we're probably blowing tobacco smoke because that's sacred. I do know that much. Yeah, it's probably smoke. Anyways, sorry, I had to know. Then apply to afflicted areas. The bear's bed fern, the cinnamon fern, the crow's shin, and what is called the beaver's paw. Boil the roots of these plants together and apply in the evening for 4 consecutive nights. For 7 nights, these things are taboo. One must not touch a squirrel, a dog, impossible. A week without touching a dog, no fucking way. A cat, the mountain trout, I can do that one, or women. Oh my God. One of these things is not like the other. A squirrel, a dog, a cat, a trout, and then just women. Like, what? Don't touch any of those disease-ridden things. He who is being treated must sit on a seat by himself for 4 nights. Ugh, rude. And must not sit on any other seat for these 4 nights. This poor guy, he has rheumatism. He's not feeling good. Now he can't hug his wife or pet his dog. And he has to put a dunce cap on and sit in a little seat in the corner by himself for 4 days and 4 nights. He's like, I already felt like shit. Thanks a lot. But then, after the 4 nights, he's like, I'm cured. That was worth it. For when labor is difficult, Romani potion. If labor, when it comes, and we're not talking about work, we're talking about childbirth. So if labor, when it comes, is difficult, give the mother another's milk to drink, or a parsnip that must be finely bruised. Tie the same over the body, and she will soon be easy and come to rest. Like she's a fucking horse. She'll soon be easy and come to rest. Also, she needs to drink the breast milk of another person and tie a parsnip to herself while she's in labor. Honey, it's asking a lot. To injure a foe, Tuscan witch's charm. To make a man or woman suffer, take a peppercorn such as is found in the fields, and boil it with the hair of your foe and recite. I do not boil the hair alone, but all these things together thrown, with his heart and soul that he may perish and forever be only in witches' company. I love that. I'd also get that tattooed on myself. To make an enemy suffer, Tuscan witch's charm. To cause suffering in an enemy, obtain a toad, as well as some of the hairs of your victim. Tie them to the left leg of the toad and put the animal into a covered pot. Oh no. As it suffers, oh, yep, that's where I thought we were going. As it suffers, the enemy will suffer. When it dies, he will die. But if you wish your enemy only to suffer and not die, remove the hair from the leg of the toad and let it go. Okay, that's a nicer outcome. To curse an enemy using salt and pepper. This sounds easy. Let's do this one. No toads are harmed, I'm assuming. Tuscan Witch's Charm. To curse an enemy, take salt and pepper and put it into his clothing or in his house and say, I put this pepper on you and this salt there too, that peace and happiness you nevermore may know. To curse an enemy using a mirror. American Witch's Charm. Constructing a mirror in the following way can be used to great effect on your enemies. Take a mirror in a wooden frame and put it into a tub of water so that it will swim on the top with its face directed toward the sky. On the top of the mirror and encircling the glass, lay a wreath and thus expose it to the influence of the new moon. This evil influence is thrown towards the moon, and radiating again from the moon, it may bring evil to those who have to look upon it. The rays of the moon passing through that ring upon the mirror become poisoned, and poison the mirror. And the mirror throws back ether into the atmosphere, and the moon and mirror poison each other in the same manner as two malicious persons looking at each other, poisoning each other's souls with their eyes. If a mirror is strongly poisoned in this manner, and the witch takes good care of it, and if she desires to injure someone, she may take a waxen image made in his name, surround it with a cloth spotted with menstrual blood, and throw the reflection of the mirror onto the figure, using at the same time her evil imagination and curses. The man whom the image represents may then have his vitality dried up and his blood poisoned by that evil influence, and he may become diseased and his body covered with boils. Worth a try, that one. To detect a thief. Ancient indigenous Americans charm. Collect together laurel leaves and the tooth of a wolf in the sign of the lion, which is the month of August. If anything has been stolen, put this under your head during the night, and you will surely see the whole figure of the thief. To compel a thief to return stolen property. Romani charm. It is possible to compel a thief to return stolen property. Obtain a new earthenware pot with a cover and draw water from the undercurrent of a stream while calling out the three holiest names. Fill the vessel 1/3. Take the same to your home and set it upon the fire. Take a piece of bread from the lower crust of a loaf, stick 3 pins into the bread, and boil in the vessel with a few dew nettles. Then say, Thief, male or female, bring my stolen articles back. Whether thou art boy or girl, thief, if thou art woman or man, I compel thee in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Don't you just wonder how this came to be? Who was the first one that was like, I want my shit back? You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to try this. I'm going to get a new earthenware pot with a cover. I'm going to collect the undercurrent of a stream. I'm going to fill it 1/3, take it home, put it on the fire. I'm going to take some bread, but I'm not just going to put bread in there. I'm going to put pins in the bread and then put the bread in there with some dew nettles. And then I'm going to say a bunch of shit, and then I guess we'll see if my stuff comes back to me. I'm sure there's a thought process on like how this all came to be, which I find very interesting. I don't know how that one came to be though. Couldn't tell you. Wish I knew. To prevent a person from escaping. Romani charm. Who's trying to escape from you? Why are you holding someone captive? First of all, take a needle wherewith the gown of a corpse was sewed, and draw this needle through the hat or shoe of him whom you seek to fasten, and he cannot escape. Gown of a corpse. Why is the corpse wearing a gown? Well, who's sewing a gown onto a corpse? And for what reason? That's very specific, and I'm confused. To banish your enemy. American Magician's Potion. To banish your enemy, collect dirt from his shoes or clothing. Mix it with cayenne pepper, then grind it with sassafras and coffee grounds, preferably those used to make coffee your enemy drank. Sprinkle the mixture in front of your enemy's door, and he will leave your community. For banishing someone with 4 thieves vinegar. This I have seen before. 4 thieves vinegar was a thing, for sure. This is a root doctor charm. To banish someone, mix the potion known as 4 thieves vinegar. Combine together apple cider vinegar, rosemary, sage, lavender, wormwood, and camphor. Place the concoction in a jar in a dark corner for 2 months before opening. Then apply to the doorknob of the person you wish to banish. To rid your home of unwanted house guests. American Magician's Charm. To get rid of a person who has overstayed their welcome at your home, go to the market and choose an onion that reminds you most of your guest. Inscribe the name of your guest on a piece of parchment 5 times. Slice the onion in half, then remove the center orb and place the parchment inside. Place the pieces of onion back together and seal with whatever means available. After your guest has walked out of your home's front entrance, roll the onion across its threshold before anyone else has left or entered. Bury the onion immediately, as far away as possible. Do not bring it inside your home again. This one makes sense to me because if you walk out of someone's home and they're rolling an onion behind you, I think your brain would be like, I don't know if they want me here anymore. I'd be like, that means something, that onion. Maybe I should ask. Maybe they don't like me. To curse a faithless lover. Romani charm. If a maid has a faithless lover, she may curse him in the following manner. Light a candle at midnight and prick it several times with a needle, saying, Thrice the candles broke by me, thrice thy heart shall broken be. If the faithless lover marries another, the deceived maid should mix the broken shell of a crab in his food or drink, or hide one of her hairs in a bird's nest. This will make the new marriage unhappy, and the husband will continually pine for his neglected sweetheart, or choke on a crab shell and die. Either one. To cause hatred between lovers. Gaelic charm. To cause hatred between lovers, take a handful of clay from a newly made grave and shake it between them, saying, Hate ye one another. May ye be as hateful to each other as sin to Christ, as bread eaten without blessing is to God. That's it. That's not chill. Let me curse them from home. Let me remotely long distance curse them. Because in this one, you literally have to run up to them and yell this curse into their face while shaking grave dirt. Makes you look a little crazy, I would say. Maybe it works. Maybe that level of crazy alone, they're like, shit, we should break up. To curse a bride's marriage. Tuscan witch's charm. If you desire that a woman shall never find happiness in marriage, take on her wedding day an orange flower and put into it a little salt, pepper, and cumin with discordia, and attach this to the bride's back, saying, Be thou accursed, mayest thou never know a single day of peace. And even when thou dost go to kneel before the altar, mayest thou feel forsaken and bitterly regret the step which thou hast taken. Again, you have to pin a flower filled with shit to this bride's back and then scream at her on her wedding day. Soup's not chill. To curse a woman's unborn child. Ooh, she petty. Ancient Siouan spell. To cause an expectant mother's child to be born with loathsome qualities, feed her the flesh of a turtle along with the flesh of a porcupine. Her child will grow up to be lazy and unproductive and will never bring to his family. To kill a witch who is killing cattle. Romani charm. If a witch is found to be killing livestock, to effect her death, perform this charm. Obtain a piece of the heart of the cattle that has been attacked. Then take a little butter and fry the piece therein, as if preparing for eating. Then take 3 nails from the coffin of a corpse and pierce the heart with them through and through. Piercing the heart and killing the witch are facts of the same moment. All will be correct at once. To make a witch sick. Romani charm. To burn a witch with pockmarks all over her body, take butter from the household larder, render it down in an iron pan until it boils, then take ivy or wintergreen and fry it. Take 3 nails from the coffin of a corpse and stick them in that sauce. Carry the mass to a place where neither sun nor moon shines, and leave it there, and the witch will be sick for half a year. You're just wasting a whole lot of butter, honestly. But okay. To protect against hordes of demons and other evil influences. Let's go. How do I do that? This is a necromancer spell. As a spell against demon hordes and other evil influences, actually, I'd like to bring them about. So maybe this one isn't that helpful. Pronounce the following. Arise, arise, go far away. Be shamed, flee, flee. Turn around, go, arise, and go far away. Your wickedness may rise to heaven like smoke. Arise and leave my body. From my body depart in shame. From my body flee. Turn away from my body. Go away from my body. Do not return to my body. Do not come near my body. Do not approach my body. Do not throng around my body. Be commanded by Shamash the Mighty. Be commanded by Enki, Lord of all. Be commanded by Marduk, the great magician of the gods. Be commanded by the god of fire, your destroyer. May you be held back from my body. Honestly, that just sounded to me like a pretty lit women's rights speech. You know what I mean? Get away from my fucking body. Thanks. To prevent firearms from being bewitched, Romani charm. Take 9 blades of straw from under a sow while she is nursing young pigs. Therefrom put 9 knots into the shaft and insert them between the 2 barrel loops, and such a gun cannot be bewitched. That one will come into the possession of money. American magician's charm. To come into the possession of money, take the eggs of a swallow, boil them, return them to the nest. Ugh, heartbreaking. And if the old swallow brings a root to the nest, take it, put it into your purse, or carry it in your pocket, and be happy. To have money always. Gaelic charm. To have money always, first kill a black rooster. Then, after nightfall, go to the meeting of 3 crossroads where a murderer is buried. Throw the dead bird over your left shoulder, then and there, and in the name of the devil, hold a piece of money in your hand all the while. And ever after, no matter what you spend, you will always find the same piece of money undiminished in your pocket. Okay, if that one works, it's definitely worth it. I mean, I don't want to kill a rooster, but you know. The hardest thing would be to find 3 crossroads that can join under which a murderer has been buried. That's the real tricky part. Making a pact with the devil, easy, no problem. Right? To win every game of cards. Ancient indigenous Americans charm. Tie the heart of a bat with a red silken string to your right arm, and you will win every game of cards you play. I wonder if that's where the saying something up your sleeve, I wonder if that's where it comes from. Because they would be like, excuse me, we need to check your sleeves to see if there's a heart of a bat hiding up there. You're cheating with witchcraft. To be lucky in every enterprise. American Witch's Potion. To be lucky in every enterprise, take a green frog and cut off its head and its 4 feet. Oh no. Then on a Friday with a full moon, put them in an elder tree and keep them there for 21 days, removing them on the 21st day precisely at midnight. Then expose the parts of the frog to the light of the moon for 3 nights. Afterward, dry the frog parts in an earthenware pot that has never been used. Take the dried frog parts and grind them into a powder. Mix the powder in equal measure with crushed earthenware taken from your cemetery, if possible from the grave of someone in your family. Carry the powder mixture with you. It will help you succeed in any undertaking. To win a lawsuit. Indigenous Americans charm. If one has to settle a just claim by way of a lawsuit, let him take some of the largest kind of sage and write the name of the 12 apostles on the leaves and put them in his shoes before entering the courthouse, and he shall certainly gain the suit. That one is very common. Writing something on a piece of paper and putting it in your shoe, that is common in many different cultures. To see one's marital future. American Magician's Charm. If you wish to know what man you will wed, buy a ring. It matters not it being gold, so as it has the semblance of a wedding ring. and it is best to try this charm on your own birthday. Pay for your ring with some small bill. For whatever change you receive, you must give to the first beggar you meet in the street. And if no one asks alms of you, give it to some poor person, for you need not, alas, go far before you find one to whom your charity will be acceptable. Carefully note what they say in return, such as God bless you or wishing you luck and prosperity, as is usual. When you get home, write what was said down on a sheet of paper at each of the four corners, and in the middle, put the first two letters of your name, your age, and the letters of the planets, then reigning as morning and evening stars. Get a branch of olive and fasten the ring on the stalk with a string of thread that has been steeped all day in a mixture of honey and vinegar, or any composition of opposite qualities, very sweet and very sour. Cover your ring and stalk with the written paper, carefully wrapped round and round. Wear it in your bosom till the 9th hour of the night, then repair to the next churchyard and bury the charm in the grave of a young man who died unmarried. And while you are doing so, repeat the letters of your own Christian name 3 times backwards. Return home and keep as silent as possible till you go to your bed, which must be done before 11. You only have 2 hours to do all that shit? Come on. Put a light in your chimney or some safe place, and before midnight or just about that time, your husband that is to be will present himself at the foot of the bed, terrifying, but will presently disappear, even worse. If you are not to marry, none will come. Thank you, I'll take it. And in that case, if you dream before morning of children, no, not going to happen. It shows that you will have them unmarried. If you dream of crowds of men, beware prostitution. No woman dreams of crowds of men. I'll just tell you that right now. Yeah, that's a lot of shit to do in 2 hours, for sure. Repeat your own Christian name 3 times backwards. I have the easiest, shortest name ever, and I'd be like, this is too much. I just can't. And you have to find the grave of an unmarried person and dig it up. I mean, the best part would be steeping thread in honey and vinegar. Kind of into that. Finding the branch of olive. I don't know where to get that. Amazon, I guess. For 3 maidens to discern whom they shall marry. American Witch's Charm. To discern whom they shall marry, 3 young maidens should join together in making a long chain, about a yard will do, of Christmas juniper and mistletoe berries, and at the end of every link put an oak acorn. Exactly before midnight, let them assemble in a room by themselves where no one can disturb them. Leave a window open and take the key out of the keyhole and hang it over the chimney piece. Have a good fire, and place in the midst of it a long, thinnish log of wood, well sprinkled with oil, salt, and fresh mold. Then wrap the chain round it, each maiden having an equal share in the business. Then sit down, and on your left knee let each fair one have a prayer book opened at the matrimonial service. Just as the last acorn is burned, the future husband will cross the room. Each one will see her own proper spouse, but he will be invisible to the rest of the wakeful virgins. Aw, shit, you gotta be a virgin? Damn it. Those who are not to be wed will see a coffin. Ouch, rude. Or some misshapen form cross the room. This must be done either on a Wednesday or Friday night, but no other. Honestly, I would have tried that as a kid. I mean, now I don't give a shit, so I wouldn't, but that would have been fun. It's crafty. It's very holiday vibes. It's a cute one. To learn the first initial of one's intended Gaelic charm. Pare an apple so that the peel remains in one long piece. Swing this around your head 3 times and throw it on the floor. The letter it forms will be the initial of your intended sweetheart's name. How many letters are you going to get by doing that? Not too many. You're not going to get like an A. Just everyone's getting married to a lowercase l. To know the name of the person whom one is to marry. People are really into this shit. Whatever. Tuscan Witch's Charm. Take a stone of rather large size, as round as you can get it, and go by night to a covered well. It is best if it were in the middle of some field or garden. And just as the clock strikes 1, cast the stone with as much noise as you can make into the water, and then listen with care to hear the sound produced by the fall of the stone. Although it may be a little obscure or confused and not always very intelligible, with a little patience and attention, one can detect in the sound that the stone makes in the water the name of the person whom one is to marry. I love how in this one they're like, listen, this is going to be really confusing, little obscure, not intelligible, but it's going to work. Just trust the process. To know what fortune one's future husband shall have. American Magician's Charm. Take a walnut, a hazelnut, and nutmeg. Grate them together. Delicious. Bake it. Done. Oh, even better. And mix them with butter and sugar. Yes, please. Make them into small pills, of which exactly 9 must be taken upon going to bed. No problem. And according to your dreams, so will be the state of the person you will marry. If he is to be a gentleman, your dreams will be of riches. If a clergyman, of white linen. If a lawyer, of darkness. If a tradesman, of cold noises and tumults. Okay. If a soldier or sailor, of thunder and of lightning. If a servant, of rain. The best part of this whole one was making the cookies and eating 9 of them before bed. The worst part of this one is dreaming about men all night, you know? I love that if you're going to marry a lawyer, you dream of darkness. So funny that everyone hated lawyers, even way back then. Tradesmen, cold noises and tumults. The fuck? To make a woman moved to love. Hand her a small piece of cheese and walk away. Large piece of cheese. Sorry, I got that one wrong. That's not what this one is, though. I was just saying that myself. This is a Romani spell. To make a woman moved to love, her lover must take a blade of grass in his mouth, and turning to the east and the west, say, "Where the sun goes up, shall my love be by me. Where the sun goes down, there by her I'll be." Then the blade of grass should be cut up into pieces and mingled with some food, which the girl must eat. And if she swallows the least bit of the grass, she will be moved to love and true-hearted. I mean, they're already lovers. Seems like she's on her way. Why we gotta force her? I mean, the poem probably got her. You probably don't have to force her to eat grass. You could just say the little poem and she'll be like, cute. Love it. Let's go. For true love. Ancient Jewish charm. Take a live mole. A male for a man, a female for a woman, and strike it on its right foot, and it will bring you true love. Don't hit a mole on its foot. It's tiny little mole foot. Leave it alone. Maybe if you had a better personality, you could find true love on your own. To cause someone to fall in love. Ancient Jewish charm. If an all-black hen that has never laid an egg before lays an egg on a Thursday, take the egg on Thursday night after sunset and bury it at a crossroads. And on Tuesday, take the egg from there after sunset. Then trade this egg for a mirror and bury the mirror at the same crossroads after sunset in the name of Lady Venus and say, "Here I bury this mirror in the love that Lady Venus has. Let it lie there for 3 days and take it out, and whoever looks into it will love you." This one, I mean, pretty chill. Take an egg. I mean, you have to wait for a black hen that's never laid an egg before to lay an egg on a Thursday. That's a little tricky. Also, getting someone to trade an egg that you buried in the ground for 5 days for a mirror, gonna be pretty tricky. To make one's sweetheart ravenous. American Magician's Charm. When you wish that your sweetheart shall not deny you, yick, take the turtle dove tongue in your mouth and kiss her, and she will accept your suit. Gross. That's disgusting. Or take salt, cheese, and flour, mix them together, and put it in her room, and she will have no rest until she sees you. Yeah, I don't want to kiss you with a turtle dove tongue in your mouth. That's for sure. Here, honey, here's a bacterial infection and bird flu. You're welcome. If you want to put salt, cheese, and flour in my room, I mean, that's a snack, essentially. I'm fine with that. To make a woman follow. Problematic. Gaelic charm. To make a woman follow, keep a sprig of mint in your hand until the herb grows moist and warm. Then take hold of the hand of the woman you love, and she will follow you as long as the 2 hands close over the herb. No invocation is necessary, but silence must be kept between the 2 parties for 10 minutes to give the charm time to work with due efficacy. The male ones are so much easier, just like everything, right? All he has to do is put mint in his hand, and we have to go dig up corpses and shit. Like, come on. Also, to tell your beloved to shut the fuck up for 10 whole minutes while you're holding hands, I mean, that's an eternity to sit in silence. To lose one's infatuation with an illicit love, Romani spell. If one has been infatuated by an illicit love, such a person must put a pair of shoes on and walk therein until his feet perspire. He must walk so fast that his feet do not smell badly. Then he must take off his right shoe, drink some beer or wine out of this shoe, and from that moment he shall lose all affection for her. Is it Scandinavia that does the drinking out of the shoe? Maybe it is rooted in trying to lose an infatuation, because I've definitely heard about that one before. I also love that apparently walking fast will make your feet perspire, but it will not make them smell. Never knew that. To stop an infatuation. This is a different one. Romani spell. When you have lost your manhood due to being infatuated and bewitched by a woman so that you cannot love any other, take the blood of a buck and grease your head therewith, and you will soon be all right again. To discover if a lover has been unfaithful. Tuscan witch's charm. To determine if a lover is faithful, take a snail or slug, such as are in gardens and which leave a streak as of silver behind them. Take one of these and a vase, and much ivy and vine leaves and calamint, and arrange the vase on a tree like a reversed umbrella. And within it put 2 portraits, that of the lover and of the lady, that is, of the one whom you suspect he is unfaithful with. Place one on one side of the vase, one on the other, and put within the snail, and cover the vase with a white cloth. Leave it there for 3 days, having first said, "In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the evil spirit, may they declare to me the truth if my husband or lover has another love." Then, after 3 days, examine whether the snail has gone to the picture of the man or the woman. If it be on the former, then the lover is faithful. But if on the woman, it is a sign that he is unfaithful. I love snails so much. That's it. That's my only note. To make a lover come back. American magician's charm. If a maid wishes to see her lover, let her use the following method. Prick the third or wedding finger of your left hand with a sharp needle, and with the blood, write your own and your lover's name on a piece of clean writing paper, in as small a compass as you can, and encircle it with 3 round rings of the same crimson stream. Fold it up, and exactly at the 9th hour of the evening, bury it with your own hand in the earth, and tell no one. Your lover will hasten to you as soon as possible, and he will not be able to rest until he sees you. And if you have quarreled, to make up. A young man may also try this charm, only instead of the wedding finger, let him pierce the left thumb. We love some blood rituals. Here for it. That your intended wife will love you. American magician's charm. To cause your intended wife to love you, take feathers from a rooster's tail and press them 3 times into her hand. Or take a turtle dove tongue into your mouth, not this shit again. Talk to your friend agreeably, then kiss your intended, and she will love you so clearly that she cannot love another. No, stop putting dead bird tongues in your mouth. Do you know what diseases those fuckers have? Absolutely not. If you want to smack her hand with some rooster feathers, that's fine, but she's probably going to think you're weird. But that's a better option. To keep a wife or husband. Cherokee shaman's charm. To attract and fix the affections of a mate on your wedding night, when your new spouse is sleeping, take your saliva and rub it on your spouse's breast, reciting 4 times. Your spittle, I take it, I eat it. Repeat this ceremony for 3 more nights, reciting 4 times on the 2nd night. Your body, I take it, I eat it. And 4 times on the 3rd night. Your flesh, I take it, I eat it. And 4 times on the final night. Your heart, I take it, I eat it. Deaf, don't let them hear you saying that because sounds real Dahmer-esque. Against one's husband loving another woman, Tuscan witch's charm. To do an evil so that a man may be drawn from loving another woman and only be attached to his wife, take 3 Indian chestnuts or wild horse chestnuts and powder them as finely as possible. Then take a new earthenware pot and put into it the powder and mix with it 3 drops of the husband's blood or of the woman whom he loves, and put this blood with the rest. And, if it be possible, add to this as much more blood of either as can be obtained, and to this a ½ liter of spirits and some water, and boil it in a double boiler for a quarter of an hour, and then put the pot under the bed. Then at midnight the wife should leave the bed and bathe the head of the husband in the form of a cross and say, I bathe not thee, I bathe thy heart, that thy love me may never depart. That thou shalt to me be true for aye, nor with other women go thy way, nor deal with them, be it as it may. And this must be done for 7 nights, 3 times a night. Then throw the pot and all of its contents into a running stream, saying, Now I cast this pot away, with my husband's thought to stray, to others' love that I may see, him true as I shall ever be. And having thrown it in the water, walk away without looking behind you, and for 3 days after, do not pass by that place. That is a lot of shit to do. Listen, first of all, you have to procure a copious amount of your partner's blood. There's the first problem. Then you have to bathe him in it while he's sleeping, like multiple times a night for an entire week. That's gonna be real hard to get away with. Also, I can just imagine the smell of a pot of blood that's been under a bed for a week. That bedroom is not going to smell good. Even if you got away with the anointing in the middle of the night and he wakes up every morning being like, what the fuck? Why is there blood all over me? I feel like the stench of a week-old blood pot might call attention that something is going on in that bedroom. But what do I know? I've never done this spell. This one I love. It's for attaching a dog to a person. I should do this because my dog fucking hates me. He's obsessed with me, but he hates me. I mean, the feeling's mutual. This is an ancient indigenous American's potion. Provided nothing else was used before to effect it, to make a dog attached to you, draw some of your blood, and let the dog eat it along with his food, and he will stay with you. Or scrape the 4 corners of your table while you are eating, and continue to eat with the same knife after having scraped the corners of the table. Let the dog eat those scrapings, and he will stay with you. Nope, I'm not drawing my own blood and feeding it to my dog. And I'm also not feeding wood scrapings to my dog either. So we're just going to have to keep going the way it's going. To understand the language of birds. Love this. Can't wait. What do we do? American Magician's Charm. Take the tongue of a vulture. Nope, I'm out. Take the tongue of a vulture and lay it for 3 days and 3 nights in honey. Afterward, under your tongue. Thusly, you will understand all the songs of birds. I mean, worth it though. To cause a cow to give a good supply of milk. Romani potion. During Christmas night, take the milt of a herring and the sinew thereof, also bay leaves, saffron, and black caraway seed. Sounds like a good recipe so far. Mix all of them together, spread upon 4 pieces of bread, and give it to the cow. Yeah, I mean, here for this. On Christmas night, make the cow happy with a snack, is basically what that is. I'm sure they'll give you good milk after that. You're being nice to him. If it's milking, sorry, I'm an idiot. It's definitely a female cow. It's been many moons since I've milked a male cow or a female cow. I forget how it works. To charm a horse. Romani incantation. Horses, especially black ones, can see beings which are invisible to human eyes. Never knew that. Love this. I didn't know that black horses can see ghosts. That's amazing. To charm a horse so that he's no longer frightened of these creatures. Oh, it's talking about when they get like spooked and they thought it was ghosts, but it probably really is ghosts. Okay, so we want to charm the horse to not get spooked. You want to draw with a coal a ring on his left hoof, a ring on his left hoof, and on his right hoof. I don't know what's happening. Is it hoof? it enough? I don't know. Again, I could look it up, but I just don't want to. Okay, on its right mitt, you want to draw with the coal across. And then you want to say, but you want to say it in a murmur. You don't want to scare the horse. So you have to say it softly. You say round, round, and round. Be thou very sound. The devil shall not come to thee. God shall be with thee. Sweet God, drive away from the horse's body the father of evil. Go not to any other man, to whom I give unto him. Be beautiful, frolicsome, and good. 7 spirits of earth here. I have 7 chains. Protect this animal ever, ever. Then give a piece of salted bread to the horse and spit 7 times into his eyes. That escalated quickly. Yeah, give him a nice snack and then spit into his eyes repeatedly. Like, this poor horse is like, what are you doing? Then, after you do that, he will lose all fear for supernatural beings and no longer spook. To see in the darkest night. Romani charm. Grease your eyes with the blood of a bat, and you will see in the darkest night. Love that. So gothic witch, but also don't do that. The blood of bats has a lot of diseases and bacteria and rabies. We don't want to do that. To open locks. Ancient Jewish charm. To open a lock, obtain the fat from the snake. Do they have fat? And the right foot of a raven. Oh. Rub the fat onto the raven's foot, then place the foot against any lock to unlock the same without a key. I would love to know if that works. That'd be so fucking cool. To see what others cannot see. Romani charm. Take a cat's eye, lay it in salt water, let it remain there for 3 days, then for 6 days in the rays of the sun. After this, have it set in silver and hang it around your neck. Coolest necklace ever. You will see what others cannot. And there's also that. I don't really know what that means. It's very vague. Is it just like insight? Foresight? What are we seeing? Ghosts? I don't know. But that's some badass jewelry. And if there's a bonus perk that you can see some shit, I'm down. Ethically sourced, of course, the cat's eye. That others cannot see you. Ooh, I would love to do this. I don't want anyone to see me, but they always fucking do. Romani charm. Pierce the right eye of a bat, and carry it with you, and you will be invisible. Or obtain the ear of a black cat, boil it in the milk of a black cow, then make a thumb cover of it and wear it on the thumb. I think my real problem is the thumb cover. It's just gross. That's disgusting. A thumb cover? Absolutely not. That grosses me out. How to discern secrets and invisible things. Romani potion. I want to discern secrets and invisible things. Yes, please. If you find a white adder under a hazelnut shrub that has 12 other vipers and its 12 guardsmen with it, and the hazelnut bush under which they lay commonly bears medlars, not sure what that is, you must eat the white adder with your other food, and you will be enabled to see and discern all secret and otherwise hidden things. I want to discern secrets and invisible things. I just told you that. But I don't want to catch a white adder. I also think finding one under a hazelnut shrub with 12 vipers and 12 guardsmen that commonly bears medlars, and then I have to eat it, seems like a lot of work, and I am tired. To make oneself invisible. European magician's ritual. Begin this operation on a Wednesday before the sun rises. Start with 7 black beans. I want to be invisible. This is cool, right? I want to be invisible. Beans? We're starting with black beans? Okay, I'm in. I'm here for this. Next, take the head of a dead man. Once again, that escalated very quickly. First, you need 7 black beans. Cool, chill. Then you need the head of a corpse. Not so chill. Then you want to place one of the beans in his mouth, and 2 in his eyes, and 2 in his ears. Then you want to draw a figure of personal or magical significance upon his forehead. I mean, this is just desecration, but okay. Inter the head with the face toward heaven, and every day before sunrise, for the space of 9 days, water it with excellent brandy. On the 8th day you will find the sighted spirit, who will say unto you, What doest thou? You shall reply, I am watering my plant. He will then say, give me that bottle, I will water it myself. You will answer by refusing, and he will again ask you, but you will persist in declining until he stretches forth his hand and shows you, suspended from the tips of his fingers, the same figure that you traced upon the head. In this case, you may be assured that it is really the spirit of the head, because another might take you unawares, which could bring you evil, and further, your operation would be unfruitful. When you have given him your vial, he will water the head and depart. On the morrow, which is the 9th day, you shall return and will find your beans ripe. Take them, place one in your mouth. Then look at yourself in a glass. If you cannot see yourself, it is good. Do the same with the rest, or they may be tested in the mouth of a child. Here, eat this rotting corpse bean, child. All those who do not answer must be interred with the head. What? I don't know. This is some batshit fucking shit to say. This is crazy. Just carry around a rotting head full of beans, pour brandy into it, and you're gonna be talking to some fucking demon spirit. And then also maybe test this shit out on a child for fun. Chill. Now we are going to go over some fun little things like omens and the meaning of colors and herbs. First up, we have good omens. Animals. To see an animal in an unexpected place indicates the finding of a treasure. Arrowheads. To find an old flint arrow is considered lucky. Bees. A bee flying in the house should be retained for a few minutes as a prisoner to bring luck. Aw, little baby bee prisoner, but death let him go after that. Birds flying. A bird on the wing is a good sign. A bird on the wing is a sign of a letter coming to you. Body parts crossed. To sit cross-legged is considered a sign of good luck. To cross one's fingers is another way of averting evil. Cross one's fingers during a game of chance brings luck and the reverse to your opponent. Bread crust. Here we are with the bread again. I love it. Carrying a crust of bread in one's pocket is considered lucky and brings prosperity. It's also a lovely snack. Bridal beds. It is considered lucky for girls to sit on a bride's bed as it will cause other marriages. Buttons. To button your vest accidentally so that the buttons and holes come out uneven is a good sign. It is infuriating, but nice to know that it's a good sign. Cats sneezing, adorable. The sneezing of a cat is said to be a happy omen for a bride. Coins. It is lucky to throw a small coin into a well of drinking water. Crickets. Crickets in the house are considered a sign of luck and prosperity, but a sign of illness if they leave without apparent reason. Do not on any account disturb a cricket in your house. Well, shit. I've disturbed many a cricket in my house. Also, what? You don't want them to leave? They just hang out and live in your house with you forever? No, they gotta go. Ducks. Ducks are good. For sailors especially, they foretell safety from drowning. I mean, if you're seeing a duck, you're probably pretty close to land. Eyebrows joined. When a woman's eyebrows meet across her nose, it is a good sign. She will be happy whether she marries or not. That is so funny. I love that the one with the unibrow, is potentially not going to get married, and she'll be fine with it. Horses. Seeing a horse is lucky, especially a brown or gray horse. Spit on your little finger and rub it on a horse, and money will come to you. Horseshoes. Horseshoes are always considered lucky and should be hung over the door of a house or barn. A horseshoe on your barn ensures a good harvest. That's still going on today. Horseshoes over a door? I see that everywhere. Knives dropping. If a knife be dropped accidentally so that its point penetrates the ground and it stands upright, good luck will result. Ladders climbing. To climb a ladder with an odd number of rungs is a good sign and leads to success. Moles. A mole on the forehead brings good fortune, and also one on the chin. Hairs growing out of moles are especially lucky. They are considered harbingers of wealth. Who knew that your hairy mole was a good sign? Moon, new. The new moon first seen over the right shoulder offers an opportunity for a wish to come true. Moths, love moths. To kill a moth hovering about a candle is to invite good luck. Oh, don't kill it. Just take it outside. Peas. To find 9 peas in a pod is a forerunner of luck. It's like the 4-leaf clover of olden times is 9 peas in a pod. It's adorable. I love it. Robins. A robin is a bringer of good luck if it flies into the house and shits everywhere. Roosters. A rooster looking toward you is an excellent sign. Shamrocks. The fortunate possessor of the four-leafed shamrock will have good luck in gambling and racing, and witchcraft will have no power over them. But they must always carry it about their person and never give it away or even show it to another. Shooting stars. If you observe a shooting star, make a wish while it is still in motion, and the wish will come true. A sick person witnessing a shooting star will recover within the month. Snails. Black. If you see a black snail, throw it over your head for luck. I mean, no, just leave it be and be like, oh, I'm going to have good luck. Don't throw it. They don't like that. Sneezing. To sneeze 3 times in rapid succession is considered a good omen. Well, I must have a lot of good luck because I am always sneezing 3 times. Literally, I'm the allergy queen. Spiders. Long-legged spiders are harbingers of good fortune. A small red spider, called sometimes a money spinner, running over you is a sign of money coming to you. Do not in any way disturb it. Water. It is lucky to meet a woman carrying a jug full of water or other liquid, but unlucky if it be empty. Wine. Spilling. To spill wine whilst drinking a toast is a good omen and brings health and happiness to the one concerned. Okay, now we have bad omens. Animals lying. A beast lying down is ominous. It foretells a sickness, continued illness, or death. Bragging. To brag about good health or success invites the envy of the powers of evil, and to counteract this, you must touch wood, while according to others, you should knock on wood 3 times. Bread. To throw away a piece of bread is an indication of carelessness and brings bad luck. To break up your bread into crumbs at the table is an omen of coming poverty. Cats. Black. The meowing of a black cat at midnight is a bad omen and foretells death. Chairs. Falling. If a chair falls as a person rises, it is an unlucky omen. Children. Never pass a child through a window. It stops his growth. Stepping over a child does the same. Fireplaces. When poker and tongs hang both on the same side of the fireplace, it betokens a breaking of friendship. Flowers. Picking. To pick flowers before they are in full bloom is said to cause a sty. Food. Dropping. If in eating you miss your mouth and the food falls, it is unlucky and denotes illness. Furniture creaking. Furniture creaking at night without visible cause is a sign of death or illness. Glass breaking. To break a glass while drinking a toast is a bad omen and may result in the early death of the person toasted. Home entering. To enter a house with the left foot first brings bad luck to the occupants. Ladders walking under. To walk under a ladder when it is leaning against a wall is a sign of bad luck. To pass under a ladder that is hung horizontally does not influence your luck for good or evil. Leaving. Never leave a house by a different door from that by which you entered it. It is carrying away the good luck of the place. Marigolds. March marigolds will cause drinking habits if looked at too long. What? Mirrors breaking. To break a mirror is considered unlucky, and the person breaking the glass will have bad fortune for 7 years. However, if a mirror is willfully and purposely broken and thrown away, it will have no effect on the person breaking the glass. Money unspent. It is a sign of ill luck to find money and not spend it. It should be spent in good cause or given in charity. Moon new. It is unlucky to see a new moon for the first time through a glass. Moon shadows. To see your shadow cast by the moon is distinctly unlucky. Ovens empty. It's unlucky to leave an oven empty. When you are not baking in it, keep a piece of wood within, or you may not have anything to bake. Owls. Owls are considered unlucky birds. I disagree. Their voices are a bad omen and mean coming disaster. The continual hooting of owls at night is an omen of ill health. Never look into an owl's nest. I want to look into the owl's nest. What's going on in there? Are there baby owls? I want to see them. Pictures falling. The falling of a picture from the wall is universally regarded as a bad omen, and in the case of portraits, frequently foretells the death of the original of the picture. Rabbits. A rabbit running across your path is a sign of impeding ill luck. I mean, again, a rabbit running across my path is like the best thing that's ever happened, so not sure about that. Ravens. Oh, I love ravens. Ravens are unequivocally unlucky. To have a raven fly into one's bedroom foretells disaster. Salt spilling. To spill salt on the table is considered unlucky. To counteract the spell, throw a pinch of the salt over the left shoulder. Bats. Love bats. If a bat flies into your home, it is a harbinger of rain. Good. I want the bat in my home, and I also want rain. Perfect. Cakes. Again, how can cakes be bad? Love cake. The first cake taken out of an oven should be broken, not cut. Otherwise, all the rest of the cakes baked that day will be soggy. Clothing. To put your clothes on the wrong way is a sign of good luck, if it is performed without intention. However, the clothes must be worn that way, else the luck changes. Oh, they didn't say that last time. When you button your vest wrong and it's annoying how it's good luck, but you have to leave it like that the rest of the day. I would not be able to do that. Dreams. Never tell your dreams before breakfast, lest they come true. And always tell them first to a woman named Mary. Poor Mary. It's like, God, why does everyone want to talk to me about their stupid fucking dreams? Like, what is going on? Hair cuttings. The cuttings of your hair should not be thrown where the birds can find them, for they will take them to build their nests, and then you will have headaches all the year after. I think it's adorable. I want them to make nests out of my hair. Next up, we have the meaning of colors. White, also represented by the diamond or silver, is the color of faith, joy, and life, which is probably why I fucking hate it so much. It is an emblem of light, religious purity, hates it, innocence, hate it, virginity, disgusting, and integrity and peace, whatever. Gray, we're getting closer. Gray, the color of ashes, signifies mourning, humility, and innocence accused. It can also be used in neutralizing and canceling charms. Love her. We love some gray. Black, the main event. Love black. What does she signify? Well, the earth, darkness, wickedness, negativity, and death. Of course. What else would it signify? It can also be used when banishing evil. See, there's good sides to black and gray too. Next, my other favorite color, besides all shades of black, red. Red, the ruby, signifies fire, divine love, heat, creative power, and royalty. In a bad sense, red signifies blood, war, hatred, and punishment. Red and black combined are the colors of an evil, sensual mind. Well, what do you know? You found her. She's right over here. So evil and so sensual. Blue, the sapphire, expresses faith, truth, constancy, devotion, and fidelity. All really annoying qualities. It is used to inspire patience and understanding. Gross. It can also be the color of good health. Yay. Yellow or gold. I do love gold. I don't love yellow. Yellow and gold are the symbols of the sun and goodness of the soul. These colors can also signify learning, confidence, and wealth. In a bad sense, yellow signifies inconstancy, jealousy, and deceit. Green. Green, the emerald, is the color of spring and of hope. It's also the color of victory and is used for rejuvenation and fertility. Violet. Violet, the amethyst, signifies love and truth, or passion and suffering. It can be used to amplify other energies or increase magical power. So, fun little fact, each day of the week has a specific demon to summon. When you think of Mondays, what would you think the demon would be? You're correct. It's the worst one of all of them. They're all like random demons I've never even heard of before. And then Monday is like, hello, it's fucking Lucifer over here. I thought that was really funny. Mondays are the big daddy himself. The actual quote from my source is, Monday's conjuration is to Lucifer, the demon lord. This experience is commonly performed in the circle between 11 o'clock and noon or 3 and 4 o'clock in the evening. Use coal or consecrated chalk to compose the circle. Next up, we have herbs. Allspice draws money and business success, aids compassion, luck, and healing. Apple represents garden magic, love, healing, and wisdom, and also vanity, marriage, and beauty. Ash, spells relating to the sea, protection, and luck. Make your Yule log from ash and burn to bring prosperity. Basil, also called witch's herb. used in spells for love, exorcism, wealth, sympathy, and protection. Bay leaf. Protection, success, purification, strength, wisdom, healing. Belladonna, aka Deadly Nightshade herself. Toxic, used for forgetting past loves, protection and beauty. Bergamot, money, prosperity, and sleep. Protects from both evil and illness, good for luck and wealth. Black pepper, banishing negativity, exorcism, and offers protection and help with inner strength. Cardamom, lust, love, and fidelity. Sweetens the personality. Cedar berries, also called juniper berries, protective, cleansing, and repel negativity well. Chamomile, love, sleep, protection, and purification, also reduces stress. Chervil helps healing, flatulence, and superstition. Chilies, fidelity, love, and passion, also hex breaking. Cinnamon, also called sweetwood, meditation and astral projection, increases spirituality, success, healing, protection, power, luck, strength, and prosperity. Clove, used to protect, banish negative forces. Fennel seed, healing, purifying, and protection. Frankincense resin, self-control, spirituality, and protection. Also regulates emotions and helps depression. Garlic. Magical uses include speed, health, and endurance, also protection, exorcism, and purification. Ginger, used for success, love, money, and power. Hemlock, used to paralyze a situation, and a funeral herb, highly toxic. Hibiscus attracts love and lust. Ivy, protection, healing, and fertility. Jasmine, the herb of attraction, helps prophetic dreaming, money, and love. Lavender, magical uses include healing, sleep, and peace. Increases longevity of life, tranquility, and happiness. Licorice root, love, lust, and fidelity. Also attracts passion. Lilac, wisdom, memory, good luck, and spiritual aid. Mandrake, spell strengthener, used for protection, happiness, and wealth, aids in money multiplying. Mint, promotes energy, communication, vitality, and protection. Mugwort, used for strength, protection, and healing. Nutmeg, magical uses include attracting money, prosperity, and luck. Oregano, health and vitality, increases joy, justice, and protects against evil. Parsley, use this herb to help with contacting the dead. What? Little parsley that I fucking cook with every day can contact the dead? I didn't know that. Increases strength, vitality, and passion. Patchouli, money attracting, increases fertility and lust. Pine needles, prosperity and success, protection, purification, and divination. Rosemary, used in healing, love, and lust spells. Sage, used for self-purification and cleansing, helps with grief and loss, healing and protection, and also increases wisdom. Sea salt, used to cleanse crystals and tools, for purification, grounding, and protection. Star anise, consecration, purification, and happiness, used in curse breaking or to increase luck. Tarragon, increases self-confidence. Thyme, attracts loyalty, affection, and love, increases good luck and psychic power. Valerian, also called graveyard dust, badass, aids sleep, is calming and a sedative, supports protection and love. So that is our olden timey witchcraft episode. I hope you have a haunted, horrifying, and terrifyingly magical season of the witch. Happy Halloween again, and I will be back soon with a bonus episode and also a big fat fucking serial killer case. Don't be alarmed if it's a couple months that I'm gone. I have a lot on my plate right now, a lot going on, but I will be back because my mama didn't raise no quitter. But, of course, before we go, it's time for nature. It's fucking cool. Halloween edition. Ghost bats. The ghost bat, or Macroderma gigas, is a fascinating and somewhat mysterious creature known for being Australia's only truly carnivorous bat species. Its common name comes from its pale coloration. Many individuals have light gray to whitish fur, and their skin membranes are also quite pale, making them look ghostly in flight under the moonlight. Ghost bats are endemic to Australia, and their current distribution is limited to northern parts of the continent. Historically, ghost bats had a much wider range, even into arid central Australia, but their range has contracted over time. When it comes to roosting habitats, Ghost bats are quite particular. They favor caves, deep rock crevices, sheltered overhangs, and old mines or tunnels, especially those with multiple entrances or shafts, which provide escape routes and ventilation. They avoid locations with heavy disturbance, so human intrusions, mining activity, or habitat destruction can be especially harmful. Unlike most bats, ghost bats don't stick to insects or fruit. They are specialist carnivores. Their diet is broad. Small mammals, including other bats, birds, reptiles, such as geckos or skinks, frogs, and large insects are all on the menu. In studies in the Pilbara region, their diet was found to consist primarily of small mammals and birds, with reptiles and amphibians making up a smaller share. Ghost bats are ambush predators. After dusk, they often employ a sit-and-wait strategy. They perch quietly for several hours, using their excellent vision, hearing, and echolocation to detect passing prey. When prey comes close, they swoop down and use their thumb claws to seize it, then deliver a fatal bite, often to the head or neck. They can swallow a surprising amount. Bones, teeth, fur, feathers, and insect exoskeletons are all part of what they process and digest. The ghost bat is one of the largest microbats in Australia. Its wingspan can reach about 2 feet, and its body length is typically between 4 to 5.5 inches, with weights in the range of 5 or 6 ounces. The name Macroderma gigas comes from Greek meaning large skin, referring to its ears, nose leaf, and membranes, and then the other part of that word comes from giant. Their nose leaf, which is a specialized fleshy flap on their nose, helps in directing echolocation calls. These little bats are shy and highly intelligent, capable of complex hunting behavior and communication within colonies. They are sometimes called spectral bats due to their ghostly appearance and quiet flight. Sadly, their numbers are declining due to habitat destruction, human activity, and disturbances at their roosting sites. Today, ghost bats are considered a vulnerable species, and conservation efforts are ongoing to protect their remaining colonies and roosting caves. Of course, I'll have photos of everything from today, including the ghost bats, on all of the social media shits. And yeah, that's it. Happy fucking Halloween. I'm gonna go now. Love you. Bye. Full source notes are available at mistressofthemacablepodcast.com, as well as photos pertaining to each episode. Follow along on Instagram for all the insane and gory photos at Mistress of the Macabre Podcast. Please leave a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcasts. It really helps the show grow, and I will love you forever. And tell a friend, if you even have any. Bonus content is available at patreon.com or on Apple Podcast subscriptions. I'm just one young teenage girl writing, researching, producing, editing, and recording the show. Your support goes a long way. If you have topic ideas, questions, comments, animal facts, or unsettling stories you'd like to share, email me at mistressofthemacablepodcast@gmail.com.